How Jimmy Kimmel's relentless mom helped him cope during talk show suspension. When late night host Jimmy Kimmel was forced to step away from Jimmy Kimmel Live, the sudden pause in his career felt like hitting a wall. For someone used to the grind of nightly monologues, live audiences, and quick-fire comedy, the silence was deafening. But behind the scenes, one person refused to let Jimmy lose himself in the downtime: his mother, Joan Kimmel. The shock of stepping back. The suspension came during a period when the show was at its peak. Jimmy had mastered the art of mixing sharp political commentary with celebrity fun. To suddenly go from being on camera every night to sitting at home felt like a free fall. Jimmy thrives on rhythm, a close friend said. When that rhythm stopped, he didn't know what to do with himself. That's where his mom came in, determined, practical, and, as Jimmy often jokes, a little relentless. The relentless mom. Joan has always been known in the Kimmel family for her persistence. Growing up, Jimmy remembers her correcting him constantly, pushing him to do more, and never letting him get away with slacking off. That same energy became his lifeline during the suspension. Instead of letting Jimmy sit around, she gave him daily assignments: clean the garage, write down funny family memories, draft new jokes from random clippings she found in the paper. She wouldn't let me wallow, Jimmy later admitted. It was like having my own personal producer, except with more guilt trips. Keeping the comedy alive. One of the most important things Joan did was remind Jimmy to keep being funny, even if the cameras were off. She'd call him to share absurd headlines, point out everyday humor, and insist he turn those observations into jokes. Jimmy later revealed that some of those ideas actually made their way into his monologues when he returned. She basically became my unpaid head writer, he said with a laugh. But beneath the humor was something more meaningful. Joan was reminding him that comedy wasn't just his job, it was who he was. Refocusing on family. Joan also encouraged Jimmy to use the time to slow down and reconnect with family. She pushed him to cook with his kids, take walks with his wife, Molly, and spend time enjoying the little things he usually missed while juggling late-night work. It was like she hit reset for him, a family friend explained. Jimmy realized that slowing down wasn't the end of the world, it was a gift. A stronger return. When Jimmy Kimmel Live finally returned, fans noticed that Jimmy was still sharp, but there was also a new warmth in his humor. He seemed more present, more grounded. That shift, insiders say, was largely thanks to Joan's relentless support. The suspension, once a dreaded setback, became a period of growth. For Jimmy, it wasn't just about stepping back into the spotlight. It was about stepping back with a fresh perspective. Conclusion. In Hollywood, where big personalities often rely on agents, advisors, and endless staff, Jimmy Kimmel leaned on someone far more familiar: his mom. Joan's persistence, humor, and refusal to let him sink turned a career low into a personal reset. Or as Jimmy put it with a grin after his return, forget executive producers. Every comedian just needs a relentless mom.